What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Mike here in the multiverse looking at WCW Toybiz action figures. Toybiz produced some WCW action figures from 1998 to about 2001. They had some unreleased lines that they were going to produce in 2001. They had, some of the same figures that they did in some of the other lines. They also had some new figures. Brian Adams and Brian Clark with their Chronic gear was going to be released. So 2001 kind of saw the end of the Toybiz line for WCW. But during its run, 98 to 2001, we got a lot of great figures in there. It's a collection that I've been collecting here and there for a little while. I used to have a lot of them, back when they released them. Sad to say, I don't have a lot of those anymore, but since restarting my collection, I have been able to acquire some carded ones and some loose ones. So every time I'm out, I'm on a hunt. That's one of the categories I'm looking for. It's one of the lines I'm looking for is WCW Toybiz. Depending on what the figure is, if I already have it, obviously, the conditions, the price points. So all these things matter. So today, we're just going to look at a few of them that I picked up in a recent haul. Went over to Tate's Comics. Recently has been a pretty good selection over there of wrestling figures. So we're going to take a look at this today. Starting with, we got Big Papa Pump himself, the Big Bad Booty Daddy, Scott Steiner, in his white gear with the NWO logo. Well, kind of logo. It's on the star there. On the front, he's got his bleach blonde hair. He's got the little streaks in his beard there, the sunglasses. This was a Ring Fighters Wave, 1999. We'll get these open here shortly. This is just looking at the packaging here. These were loose figures. Okay, we're looking at the WCW Bruisers line, 1999 releases. That is Wrath. That is Brian Clark in his Wrath gear. Black boots. He's got the black wrist tape. These are in pretty good condition too. So, collector that had these at one point, took pretty decent care of these. Billy Kidman from the same wave. This is the Bruisers line, 99. The white tank top, the jean shorts that he wore. He was, I believe, just out of the flock at this point in his career. You see a little tag on the back of the jeans there. Okay, and also from the same wave, this is the unmasked Rey Mysterio. Look at that. It's pretty rare. Got the tattoos on the arms. He came with Cloth Goods blue camo pants. Clearly, they're not on this figure. Maybe I'll track those down and get those. But that's Rey Mysterio. And lastly, I thought this was a really cool pickup. And I'll have to clean it up. But that is the Bash at the Beach series 2000 wave Goldberg. And Bash of the Beach series, I never got carded, never got when they released it, and I really, until this one, haven't seen them in the wild. So that is really cool. I want to say that's a really expensive set to try to get, especially carded. And that ring, the ring to that series is like a floating, it floats in the water. You can take it in your pool. Take it anywhere you have water. Really, it's a floating ring set, play set that comes with these guys. I believe it's him, Luger, Bret Hart, Sting, and DDP, I want to say, are the characters there. I'd really love to have that whole set. So I'm going to be on the lookout for those. Obviously would love to have them carded, but if I can get them loose, that's fine too. But that ring is really, really cool. So we're going to open these up, get these out of their package. Get the plastic off their faces. Let these suckers breathe. We'll be back. We'll talk about them in 1 second. Okay, here we are. Here we got them loose. We got them out of package. We'll take a look at them here one at a time. The first one we're going to take a look at is Mysterio, because he is super wobbly. His legs are extremely wobbly, but that's okay. We'll figure out how to fix that. So looking at him right away, the articulation on these, you get the shoulder swivel. The elbow only goes, vertically like this. It doesn't go around or anything. So the articulation was a little limited with these. That's Mysterio's face sculpt there. See, he's got the tattoos on the arms. He's got the cross necklace. Again, these came with cloth goods pants, but they are not with this particular figure. And Mysterio, if we bring in our measuring tape here, let's see, Mysterio stands under this about 5.5 inches. About 5.5 inches. Okay, and then looking at him in scale with, let's say, somebody like Wrath stands just at that 7-inch mark. So they definitely have him in a smaller scale, which he should be. Again, let's take another look at that face sculpt. That is unmasked Rey Mysterio. If any of you are wondering what Mysterio looks like underneath all that fabric, that is him. We're going to set him to the side for now. We're going to take a look at Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. So this is your Scott Steiner figure. This is the WCW Ring Fighters 1999 release wave. Comes with different poses you can do. And again, the articulation is not phenomenal, but it's not extremely limited. You do have shoulder swivel, and you do have elbow, basically vertically. Head swivel is okay on these guys. You get limited range of motion here in the groin area. You get the knee bends, and you do get some ankle articulation as well. So each one of these comes with a different pose, a different stance. As you can see, he's kind of leaning there to the left, whereas Wrath, let's just say, is kind of leaning to the right a little bit. They all have different ones. Goldberg in the back, as you can say, is standing straight. So that's different to these figures. They're not just all straight like soldiers and then you can do whatever you want with them. These are molded to a certain stance. And you can still, mess with articulation to a point, but they're kind of molded into that stance. There's really not a ton you can do with them, but again, for the collection, they're great. It's Big Papa Pump. Again, bleach blonde hair. You can see the eyebrows underneath too. The glasses are not removable, so they are an accessory that just stays on. He has the star on the back there of his trunks as well. Black knee pads, black boots, and the star on the front has the NWO. See it right there. Chiseled abs, big biceps, all Scott Steiner-esque. Great figure. Okay, all three of these figures here, Wrath, Kidman and Mysterio, were in the Bruisers line, 1999 wave. So we'll take a look at Wrath and Kidman. Let's go Kidman first. You can see here the face sculpt on Billy Kidman. The head swivel, actually, let me see, the head swivel goes all the way around. That's pretty good. Head swivel goes all the way around. The hair does not get in the way. He's got silver necklaces on there. His white tank top and jean shorts that he wore. Black knee pads underneath. Black boots with white socks there. He's got the elbow pads here that are actually removable. That's pretty cool. Again, same articulation where you have the shoulder joint here that you can move. Elbows, no wrist. Showed you the head already. He does have, I want to say this is a kicking, let me see. Yeah, see his action feature is triggered by a button on the back. A lot of these have action features, and that is not in working condition right now. So, but I believe maybe he was supposed to kick, but that's okay. He does, yeah, he has the knee joint movement there, and he has the ankle movement as well. So again, you get a limited range of motion out of the Kidman figure, but if you're using him just for collection piece, phenomenal. There's not a whole lot of Billy Kidman figures out there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't collect Billy Kidman, but that's okay. Wrath, Brian Clark, the big man. Started off as Wrath, came out with James Vandenberg. He was Mortis's like secret weapon against Glacier. Ended up later in his career forming the tag team The Chronic with Brian Adams. Always been a very good big man, very agile, just all around good big man for the business. This is his Wrath character, or one of his suits from his Wrath character. The Wrath I remember was all like silver and black, and you know, he came out with that dragon type headpiece that he had on. Let's see, head swivel. I'm not sure about this face sculpt. It's a little weird. A little weird, but that's okay. This was, you know, what you expected from Toybiz. They were used to doing, you know, Toybiz did a lot of the Marvel characters and stuff. So this is very comic-esque face. I want to say you've probably seen this on, you know, a Spider-Man figure or something. Maybe that type of head sculpt. So he captured, you know, as best as they could here. This is almost looks like a painted-on decor for his ring attire. It's got the white, black, and yellow. It says Wrath on the front, just painted on the back. Again, these are in decent condition. Needs a little bit of cleaning up, but that's okay. Same exact articulation with the shoulder joints, elbow joints. This one has wrist swivel, head swivel, waist, groin goes up and down. And again, this is what I was talking about that posing stance. He's not one of those ones that just goes, you know, straight up and down. He is shifted more towards the right, just like Steiner is shifted more towards the left. So you get a certain pose out of these guys. A lot of these are the same way. Some of the Stings are like that. Hogan's are like that. I think the Sid is like that. Last but not least, we're going to take a look at a rare one that I came across. And this is for, oh, there goes man down. Down for the count. We're going to look right now at a Goldberg figure that was released in the Bash at the Beach line that they did in 2000. This is probably right before basically the end of their Toybiz run here. They did a Bash at the Beach lineup where all the figures in the line, if I believe, you know, if I'm correct, came with accessories like water accessories, like the, you know, backpack type thing that would have a hose or something like that, and it would squirt. Very water themed for all these guys. I believe it was him, Luger, DDP, Sting, Bret Hart, if I remember the collection. And again, there was a ring accessory. There was a ring set, play set with different things. Like I think there was a slide. And you can slide down into the water. Let's just say you know you're playing with these in the pool, right? The ring floated. It may have been a trap door, but I think there was a slide. So you know you put them down the slide, and boom, they slide right into the pool. It was pretty neat, pretty cool water themed set there. And this is the Goldberg from that set. Obviously, he needs a little cleaning up, but it's pretty cool to find. Because I have not come across any of these. I never had these carded. I never had these when they came out. So it's pretty cool to have one now in hand. Even though it's only loose, I don't have it carded. I don't have the ring. I will be on the lookout for those, but looking at the secondary market, they're pretty pricey, especially trying to get them carded. Again, with the painted on, you know, shirt here, you can see where the lines there are painted on. He's got his Goldberg logo, his tattoo logo there, and kind of on his arm too. The logo on the shirt looks better than the logo on the arm, but that's all right. Again, this was towards, you know, the ending of their run here in WCW with Toybiz. So articulation the same, shoulders, elbows. Actually, his right elbow does not have articulation, so it's only, and I believe that's the case for some of these. Is some of them the articulation was limited. Like I think there's a few of these that you can't move their arms a certain way, or you can't move their legs a certain way. Again, it depended on the figure, depended on the wave. He's got limited groin maneuverability, knees, ankles, waist swivel slightly, head slightly. But again, you're looking at figures from 98, 2000. These things are 20 years old. Articulation has gotten better since then, but that's okay. So this is the WCW Toybiz line, 1998 to 2001. Different waves, different sets, Ringmasters. They had Slam and Crunch. They had multi-packs where they had almost like how WWE had battle packs and stuff. They had different battle packs. They had like a Kevin Nash and the Giant in a battle pack, like Battle of the Giants pack. They had, I believe, Hogan and Sting in a Clash of Champions pack. They had Mach and Elizabeth in a Power and Beauty pack. They had a Four Horsemen pack. So really cool lines, really cool cards. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a couple of the cards real quick, and I'll show you what some of the carded figs look like, or some of the packs look like, and then we'll do a little bit of comparisons. We'll see what these Toybiz waves look like in comparison to some of the other waves that we collect now, or maybe we collected at the time. All right, so we'll be right back. All right, we've got a couple of the carded figures here for you to take a look at. We've got the camera adjusted so that we can see the full scale of this. So as you see here, we still have some of the figures up here. This was some of the actual carded figures. So this was the NWO Hollywood Hogan from the Smash and Slam line that they had. They always had on these single figures, they had, you know, the picture of the wrestler. Really cool picture of Hollywood Hogan there with kind of like an autograph there on the card. Had like a ring set up there. This one came with the spray paint NWO bottle. You can see the Toybiz logo there. Hollywood Hogan with steel stairs and NWO shirt. I guess I forgot to mention NWO spray on there, but that's okay. But yes, he comes with a removable shirt, and right behind him you can see the steel stairs there. So these guys had accessories. They had different, you know, attire, stuff like that. As you can see here, collect them all. This particular wave had DDP, Sting, Scott Hall, Macho Man, Kevin Nash, The Giant, and Lex Luger. Had a little bio on the back side. Tells you about the wrestler, gives you his, you know, his height, weight, signature move. So really cool. Toybiz toll-free number, customer service number in case you have any problems with these. WCW officially licensed seal. So that is a carded single figure. That's how they came. Well, that's how some of them came. A lot of the waves were different packaging. And this was the Battle of the Giants pack I was telling you about. So this was the Giant versus Kevin Nash. The Giant came with choke slam action. And it had you can see in the back there, a red and black stand. And it's got pegs in it on each side to where the wrestler can stand. You know, if you wanted to take these out of pack and put them on there, they could stand right there on that stand. And you can see right there, exclusive collector stand included. And that's the Kevin Nash figure. Red and black NWO Wolfpack in the house. Kevin Nash with Jackknife Powerbomb action. Actually, that's one of my favorite packs that they came out with. I was a big Kevin Nash fan, so it was very awesome to see him drop the Giant on his head. No, I'm just joking. Would never wish harm. But it was cool. I couldn't believe they even got him up in that. So, really cool pack. Again, on the backside, if you look at the bottom there's those two other sets I was talking about. The Clash of the Champions was Sting and Hulk Hogan, and it was a Power and Beauty set with Mach and Elizabeth in a black dress. I believe that was almost a soft rubbery type dress, if I remember correctly. It was removable. I don't remember if Macho's vest was removable. And again, it gives you the line, the Smash and Slam line. I want to say Smash and Slam is what started, these waves. So it gives you a little bio about the history of Kevin Nash and the Giant on the back there. You can pause and read that if you want to. Gives you their stats, Kevin Nash versus the Giant. A little stare off into the abyss there. A little contest there. See who's the bigger man, so to speak. And it shows you their actions. You got Jackknife Powerbomb action from him, and you've got Chokeslam action from the Giant. So this was the card that they came in. Again, with the Toybiz line, you had different types of cards. This was just for the Smash and Slam collection. The cards were different, I think, for each wave. So looking at these in a scale real quick. Let's move these carded figs, and we'll take a look at the Toybiz in a scale with some of your other favorite waves. So this is a ECW, original San Francisco Toy Makers Tommy Dreamer. That is pretty good scale there. It's almost right in scale with the rest of them. Okay, then you got Mattel Elite figures. That's X-Pac, or Six-Pac, whatever you want to call him, with his NWO gear. That's a Mattel Elite. You've also got WWF Jakks Pacific, where you can see the Jakks Pacific figures. I mean, this is the Undertaker, so he's going to be scaled a little bit taller. So that's kind of right in scale. If you kind of look at him, let's see. So X-Pac should be probably shorter than Scott Steiner. But Undertaker and Wrath are comparable. They're both big men. And then bringing in some Jazzwares AEW figures. Jazzwares is this Orange Cassidy figure is going to be a little bit taller than Goldberg there in the back. Definitely taller than Kidman. So not exact scale, but looking at these figures as a whole, the scale is, it's okay across the board. So they can scale with a decent amount of the waves that are out there, with the lines that are out there. So you're a collector, you're looking to collect, you're worried about scale. They match up pretty well with some of them, not exact with some of the other ones. So that's it. That's it for today for some WCW Toybiz action. Again, these waves were released and started in 1998, late 98. The line ended in 01. We did have some unreleased figs. Wish they could have gotten released. Would have liked to get that Chronic set. That would have been pretty cool to have. But nonetheless, took a stroll down memory lane. Went back to the early 90s, or late 90s, early 2000s. Times are great. Wrestling figures are coming out. They were pouring out. It was awesome. So, until next time, this is Mike in the Multiverse, taking a look at some hardcore wrestling action. We'll see you next time. Peace.